to expose their broadsides.
All right, we're just going to go ahead and skip the rest of that video so we can get into the game. With all due respect to Mr. Blood Minister, this is a small map. It happens real quick, so let's get into it. We got no alibi with Z42. We've got Evening Tap in a COTS build. No, not COTS build. Almost COTS build gearing. He's got guns in slot 6. Mm-hmm. Very
guns.
Guns. Very tall midget in a Des Moines with reload booster.
You're gonna laugh every time you see that name the rest of the match now.
Yes. Ridonk in the Yu Yang with torpedo spec. Obvious. No smoke. Yu Yang. I Die Quick. Remember him before in the Goliath. Preußen. Fionn Mach in the Preußen heading towards the middle. Ooh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then we got Nightol in the Moskva with reload build. And Bmore Oriole in the Ohio.
Baltimore Oriole, the saddest man in the game, I can guarantee you.
Ah. I'm guessing that's a sports baseball joke.
It is.
Okay, and then we've got Epplestones in the Stalingrad with reload.
Already shots going out here for Narcos Z42 over here. Both these guys picking up each other on Hydro, but nobody on YOLOK having shots on Joe Cool's Z42 right now. YOLO packing, let's see, what do we got here? They've gone for a fairly even split with the possible exception of Narco's position. We've got 4 ships over here south of A. That's Delta's Ohio. And a fairly standard build, not running a secondary build. Anthrax's Moskva, running unique upgrade there in slot 6. Moist Salem, running a very heavy, he's actually running heavy HE shells in that build, so he'll be a little less stealthy than a typical Salem.
I would think you'd do double rudder then, but anyway.
No, that's what he's running. That's what he's doing. And then he's running, and then Diving Harrier's gearing. There, that's why they don't worry about the detection so much, because he's got his fancy, friendly, portable smoke cloud.
Yes.
Over here south of B, El Guapo's Harugamo, and they typical, as Zath likes to say, 420 Blaze It All configuration.
Blaze it!
Backed up by Special K's Des Moines. Torpedoes coming in.
I'd have seen him in Des Moines.
Defense expert, I love this man's name, and a Conqueror here. That is the no Furious in that build, but otherwise still in the fairly survivability configuration, kind of as expected for a Conqueror. Playing extremely wide, all the way on the 10 line. That is not Aiden in a San Martin, Zap.
Yes.
We have not seen. This is a brand new ship for the tournament at all.
Yes, it was actually popular in the earlier EU times.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of, decent-ish AP, the heal, and the radar. It's basically a discount Des Moines, in a sense.
Very, very bold position here for Narco Z42. Locked up on Preußen Hydro, still capping C, almost out from under the nose of the opposing team because he's got a position where they simply cannot get shells onto him.
Yeah, they're trying to hit him right now. And
Joe taking some big punishment in return.
That's right. Narco is actually able to hit Joe, while Joe's not able to hit Narco, which is kind of funny. Now he's starting to
finally get some shells on Narco, but it's too late. He's picked up the cap.
Yep.
Wow.
And this is a very powerful position for a Z42 because that Hydro spots so much on the other side.
Yeah. And Joe very low now, under 1,600 health.
And he has no heal.
We're not even yet quite 5 minutes into the game.
Yeah. Now, it's interesting to see K in a Des Moines. We're used to seeing him in a torpedo destroyer.
Yeah, he plays a lot of that.
Yeah.
Both teams that feels taking very cautious, almost slow roll approaches to this map. Did you see a lot of this in EU?
No, we only caught Estuary once, and that was that time I told you about that.
The Schlieffen charge, yeah.
Yes, the double Schlieffening. So imagine one going up the 6 line, one going up the 5 line, both fronted by a crawling smoke ship. Just impressive as hell until the smoke expired.
Until the smoke expires, and then it's a lot less amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Diving Harrier's gearing over here, trying to sneak the A cap out from underneath the nose of Ridonk. Is that Ridonk? Ridonk's Yu Yang. As they're going to try and move Moist Salem up a little closer to the cap, and they're going to succeed.
They do get it. Julio El Guapo, by the way, just holding down left mouse button on Nidol's Moskva over at the decap, and there's really nothing that that Alibi was able to do about that. Very interesting to see.
So YOLOK ticking up 2 caps now. Looks like they're going to surrender the D cap. They seem to be okay with this.
Watch this Ohio salvo on the Moskva, Naito.
Ooh, didn't get much out of it. Reversed
Brilliant
back
shot,
into
though.
that. Beautiful shot from Delta, but you just didn't get anything out of it.
Very interesting.
So now both teams slowly ticking up points. One of the things about the 4-cap maps these days is that they tend to start a little slower because both teams start with only 200 points instead of 300 points. So you start 100 points farther away from victory, but there are more cap zones on the board that would allow you to make a play for victory if you're bold enough to control them.
Right.
Speaking of bold, look at Narco.
Yep, he's sitting in the B cap. He was just finally pushed away. Preussen. The other thing, too, is him being there also locks down the Preussen.
And the Preussen is almost, I hesitate to use the word worthless, but certainly suboptimal in that position.
Well, that's the whole point. Exactly right. Yes, it locks him out from playing the game. Speaking of, there's torpedoes coming his way as well. Should he decide he wants to play the game?
I was going to say, just noticing that diving one of the joys of diving Harrier's position, he's able to put torpedoes right down the throat of Fion's Preussen, and Harrier also pushing the Yang in smoke up here.
I love this. He's just waiting.
I do too, because Redonk really doesn't have much support nearby.
Nope. And Anthrax is in position with this Moskva.
And we're about to have a bit of a gunfight here. I'm betting they're about to pick. Yep, there it is, picking each other up on the surface. Who's taking shots? Who's taking shots? Anybody taking shots? You taking shots? Am I taking shots? No. We're going to spot each other.
Shots.
Oh, Redonk does take a shot and miss. I'm surprised he bothered.
Well, the problem with that is there's a Moskva Anthrax that can look right at him. Torpedoes.
Moist takes a deep water torp on the bow as Anthrax is Moskva getting shells down on Redonk, but not getting, not really getting anything.
Very long delay there. I think his guns were looking someplace else.
Yeah, probably. Narco back onto B, trying again to steal this cap in a bit of a gunfight with Joe Cool. If they can get Joe off the board, that would be a big kill. Can't quite manage it.
No. And with the Des Moines where it's at in the Goliath, I don't really think Narco wants to really risk it too much more than what he's doing.
You don't want to risk it all. I think the fact that they know he's there and, YOLOing in and out of that cap, keeping him honest, making them have to defend it, making them play for it, is a smart thing to do. The Poison Hydro's got him locked up now. Poison's actually going to reverse into the C cap.
I see that. We haven't talked about the other side of the map. What's happening? Oh, nothing. Okay.
Yeah. Well, the A cap has been a lot of interesting drama as YOLOK is doing a really nice push up here over the 1 line and has really kind of pushed Zero Alibi back off of the A cap completely. Like they just have no way to make a play there.
Right.
The D cap just is fairly static. They've surrendered it, but they're not really making a big deal about trying to push it. Although El Guapo's in an open water gunfight with the Moskva? I don't know about this. Trying to pick up this kill as K's Des Moines shells come in on the Moskva's broadside. Some good hits there. Next salvo already in the air.
Boom.
Bam! They pushed him off the cap, but now El Guapo's got to get away with whatever health he can manage.
And
falling under Boreal's secondaries. Oof.
Preussen does manage to catch the C cap.
Does indeed.
Ohio's in big trouble.
I think in the end, Zath, the YOLOK guys are going to outlast everybody on this 9-10 line and eventually be able to grab the D cap. I mean, Julio just needs to, not take shells, and then he can, there is more than enough of this cap that he can slide into without the Stalingrad radar catching him. He took a fire.
He did. His DCP is available, so I'm surprised. His engines are out, actually.
No, it's engine. It's not a fire. It's his engine cap.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. That's not nearly as catastrophic.
Right, and that's probably why he's not DCPing. All
right. No Albi's pulled Evening Taps gearing back over to the B cap, trying to close things up a bit here.
Yep.
YOLOK out to an early lead.
I think they also want to try to take out this Z42 somehow. They gotta be careful though with that Salem.
Oh! Delta's Ohio salvo goes in on Very Tall Midget. for about 35,000 hit points right there.
That's the Des Moines. Okay.
Yep, beautiful salvo here through this kind of saddle gap. He had just enough of it to get it over the island.
Split the uprights.
Big,
okay.
big hits. Yep, you have to split the uprights. That's a great way to put it.
That's the thing about this map is you look at the mini map and you think you're safe, and it's
There's a lot of places people can sneak shells through.
That's right, exactly.
Oof. Special K now hunting for Joe, and gets him. Big, big kill that they needed there. Up 2 ships now.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're gonna lose Moist. There he goes.
Yep.
That narrows it back to a 1-ship game as YOLOK's lead now down to 200 points and falling.
Midget,
because
though.
no Alibi. Midget's going out right here. Yep.
Ohio shells again.
Yep. Another big kill. Cap advantage going to no Alibi, but as their ships start to die, they're gonna have a much harder time controlling the board, and you're gonna start seeing that at the decap here in just a few seconds.
Yeah, Ohio shell's coming in though on Aiden's San Martin. He hit the brakes.
El Guapo, that Stalingrad radar was up, so he was just working the edge of the cap. He's gauging the range back to the Stalingrad. Now realizing the radar is on cooldown, he should be able to easily pick up that cap whenever he's ready.
I don't know if he knows the radar's on cooldown.
Fair enough. He might not.
Because the way he's playing it, I don't think he's expecting it to be on cooldown.
He's definitely staying just ahead of the radius, though.
Exactly, that's what I mean, right? So he's respecting the range.
Reasonable. Conqueror HE going in on the Stalingrad. Stalingrad should hate that. 5 can of fire. No fire. No fire?
No fire.
Wait, Conqueror shells that landed and didn't start a fire? Is
a lot of bug
is that
report.
legal? Is that legal? Ooh, somebody just slapped the San Martin around.
I will make it legal.
Seriously. Doesn't feel legal to me, ladies and gentlemen.
I Die Quick is going to take a torpedo. Doink. And Preussen, it looks like the Preussen's finally decided he's sick of sitting and doing nothing. So he's just hitting W. There's a San Martin. I figured that was going to happen.
The Ohio, where was that? Oh, the Ohio was punching him in the bow. That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah, and he had like 4 or 5 chances to do that. San Martin just sat there and said, here I am.
So now they're relying on Special K and the Conqueror to burn out the Stalingrad.
Mm-hmm.
El Guapo basically just working the edge of the Stalingrad radar radius, waiting for this to happen. As the Stalingrad is now having to back up to the edge of the map, that's going to let El Guapo into the cap.
There's the smoke. I was waiting for this.
I'm surprised that he's doing that to tell them where to look. Well, but he's gonna pitch in.
He wants to shoot. Yeah, he needs to help.
Yeah. They've got to. Okay,
There's the radar.
He's gonna back. He's about to back up into it. Because the Stalingrad. Oh, he's staying right at the edge. Look at this.
That. Yep.
Look at that. Stалingrad's gonna have to move up. Oh, blind fire, and he still takes 3K.
Yep. And Julio's like, all right, I'll stop shooting now.
I think we've had enough of that now. Yeah. In fact, I think it looks like he's going to bail out of the cap completely and reposition.
Mm-hmm. So one of the things that you guys are seeing, I don't know if you've got this mod installed, Raptor, or not, the smoke circle one. Verdonk goes down on the other side of the map.
Yep.
But the smoke one makes it really easy to shoot at destroyers because it tells you where the exact center of that smoke circle is.
I have it installed when I play the game, but it's not part of the official mod pack, so I don't have it in here right now.
Yeah, see, I installed Aslane's and then I threw the official on top of it. So.
Well, the other one that I need to get is the one that removes the stupid camera control script at the bottom. They left that one out of the official pack, and I'm like, guys, come on.
Yeah.
So I need to. I'll send a message to them, and we'll hopefully have that for next week, or I'll probably try and install it and get it dealt with for tomorrow.
If you can link it to me or whatever, I'll do it too.
Yeah. 5 minutes to play. It's almost a 400-point lead for YOLOK, trying to clean things up here. They got a 3-ship lead.
This has been a long battle, though, much longer than expected.
Yeah. Well, and this is what I was saying. To me, the 4-cap maps play slower until one side has, I'll almost call it a definitive advantage that they can then push. And once they have that, it's like, okay. But until then, it's very, very, very risky.
Sure. K's radar up just to check on things. It's very smart. He picks up the gearing.
Yep, does manage to snag the gearing very briefly. Torpedo's going in there.
He's
gonna catch the gearing with a torp.
Up. Nope, he stopped.
Nope,
Oof.
he's not. He's gonna. All those torps are gonna hit nothing. He is gonna get some good HE on this gearing. Should be able to pick up the kill here. That's gonna put them seconds away from a win when they land this kill.
Yep. There it is.
And there it is.
Narco's Z42, I would say, is probably the MVP of this battle.
You know, he played that ship with just nerves of steel,
Mhm.
right? Sitting in hard proxied on other sides of islands while half the team is shooting at you. Very, 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 very bold. You have to find the right kind of player to do that, right?
Right.
Not just anybody can have, you know, your little priority target thing say 5, and, you just, and you just sit there calmly like, no big deal. I got this,
Right.
boys. You know?
All right, so I was told that I didn't have your audio on the winner screen, but I fixed that now. As you
Okay.
know, we have to add the audio output in, and I missed this one, so apologies.
Yeah. And I may not have it over there either. I'll go if it's probably screwed up on yours. It's probably screwed up